Good evening, future officers. Welcome once again to Toppers Academy Daily Morung Express newspaper analysis. I hope you all are doing well and preparing sincerely for exams. Let's begin with today's edition, that is the 9th of October 2025. Starting off, we'll take a look at the first article from today's newspaper, that is extortion. The extortion cases dip to decade low in Nagaland, but crime rate still high. As per the National Crime Records Bureau reports, Nagaland registered 89 cases of extortion in 2023, the lowest since its 2014, representing an 11% decline from 100 cases in 2022. So 2022 day 100 cases tagishe, aro 2023 day there's only 89 registered cases of extortion, which is an 11% decline, which is very good and positive. So what is the reason for this decline? Well, the National Crime Record Bureau does not attribute any reason or specific reason for the fall in the extortion cases. The decline appeared to coincide with what the Nagaland police have described as proactive policing and other initiatives amid rising public concerns over illegal collections in the state. So itu yete pra amian ki janibo lage ki pro lage kole do itu proactive policing to ki ase itu janibo lage. So apunan bi ekbar bisare sabi, in simple words, proactive policing to ki ase kole it is a strategic self-initiated approach by the law enforcers or law enforcement agency to prevent crime before it happens. Okay, so this extortion and blackmailing are categorized under the section 384 to 389 of the Indian Penal Code IPC. Okay, however, this IPC now has been replaced by the PNS, which means Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Okay, and this extortion and blackmailing are categorized under section 308 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. That will be important for your examination point of view. Next, we have Nagaland Medical Council notifies allopathic doctors. So the Nagaland Medical Council Act 2014 and the National Medical Commission Registered Medical Practitioners Professional Conduct Regulations 2023 stated that all the medical practitioners under the state or the central government should maintain a license. Okay, so this license grants is valid for a period of 5 years. So what are these allopathic doctor? What are allopathic medicine? Itu bi ekbar janibo lage pisarbi aro itu allopathic program de abunian homeopathic bi pisar lopi. Okay, homeopathic medicine nali homeopathic doctor do ki koi itu bi ekbar sai lobi. Next, we have Nagaland IAS induction policy. Nagaland IAS induction policy. JCC मतलब Joint Coordination Committee reiterates meritocracy demand and end to backdoor appointments. तो Joint Coordination Committee रा को ऐसे कि meritocracy best day मोहन promotion पावो लगे नोली भी इंटा को लगे IAS खातर दे not the backdoor appointments इन्हीं का को ऐसे. So itu JCC Joint Coordination Committee to kun ase कोई तो it comprise of the confederation of all Nagaland State Service Employees Association, Federation of the Nagaland State Engineering Service Association, Nagaland Finance and Account Service Association, Nagaland In-Service Doctors Association, or Nagaland Secretariat Service Association. Ito ang tayo. So what are their demands? They are demanding an end to favoritism, nepotism, and backdoor appointments in the induction of non-state civil service officers into the Indian administrative service. Okay, और इतिहास से Nagaland State Election Commission. Okay, and SEC मतलब State Election Commission. Nagaland State Election Commission notifies party symbol for Futsuro Ward 11 election. So Futsuro Ward 11 de ward election hobole ase. Okay, ward la naam to ase Zifa. Okay, ward 11 la naam to Zifa ase. It is in the Futsuro town for the Futsuro town council. So which means what is important for exam is State Election Commission. Okay, so State Election Commission is responsible for the conduct of elections to the local bodies, and they are independent of the State Election Commission is independent of the Election Commission of India. Okay, Election Commission of India, they administer the election to the Lok Sabha, to the Rajya Sabha, and what we have to the state legislative assemblies, office of the president, and office of the vice president. Okay, so the Election Commission of India is a constitutional body under article 324. ठीक है, article 324, and it is a 3-member body. We have a chief election commissioner and 2 other election commissioners. So exam karne puramde who is the current chief election commissioner se it will be purivi under which article it will be purivi. And State Election Commission is a single member body. So State Election Commission ko sholido Nagaland State Election Commissioner la naam ko na se it will be PSRB for exam. It will be important. So under the section 31 clause 1 of the Nagaland Municipal Act 2023, in accordance with the election sample reservation and allotment order 1968, the State Election Commission have notified recognized national and state parties, registered unrecognized parties, and free samples for the upcoming election. ठीक है ना? Negative break part style भी और abundant पूरी भी from today's newspaper. Okay, you can take this part. It will be very important. Okay, it will be very important. So the State Election Commission, they conduct the panchayat election as per article 243K, and for the municipal election it's stated under article 243 ZA. Okay, and 243 ZA. So you have to note there are 6 national parties recognized by the Election Commission of India. Aam Aadmi Party la symbol ase charu prum, Bahujan Samaj Party la ase hathi elephant, Bharatiya Janata Party la ase lotus, Communist Party of India ase hammer, sickle and a star, Indian National Congress ase hen, and National People's Party to puk ase. Okay, State Party bhi NPF to murka ase kok, National Democratic Progressive Party la do club ekta ase, Lok Jan Shakti Party to helicopter ekta ase, or National Congress Party NCP to clock ekta ase. Okay, there is a clock and we have this helicopter, right? And this is a globe. All right, and this I don't know how to draw. Registered unrecognized political parties kando National Congress NC to tau ase, Rising People's Party to pen nip ase, United Naga Democratic Party to no head ase topi. The list of free samples are those which are left for the independent candidates. Okay, independent candidates. So let's move to our next article, which is Nobel Prize in Chemistry goes to the discovery that draws comparison to magical Harry Potter handbag. So 3 scientists three scientists won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. So who are these three scientists? Kun kun ase? These three scientists are, their names are very important for your exam. Susumu Kitagawa, Richard Robson, and Umar M. Yaki. So takan ki kile Nobel Prize in Chemistry disigulido for their development of new molecular structures that can trap vast quantities of gas inside, laying the groundwork to potentially suck greenhouse gases out of the atmosphere or harvest moisture from the desert environments. Now, even in yesterday, that is 8th of October's newspaper analysis, I've stated that whenever you're studying about any intakes or awards, you should also know which is the organization or institute that is giving out this reward. Okay, here the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, kumbrate Nobel Prize in Chemistry to holido the Royal Swedish Academy of Science. Okay, so abuni Nobel Prize in Chemistry program de alak Nobel Prize pi kiman categories de itu sabi aro Nobel Prize to kile start hoise itu ko itu bi study korbi, and also study which are the categories where Nobel Prize are given or awarded, and kun kun chidise. All right, if it is physics, then physics ti kun chidise itu na. So that you have to study. If it is medicine, then you'll have to study who won the award for Nobel Prize for medicine. Iton apunan ekbar pisarina purbi itu purande. The next article here in page number 2 is Mission Karma Yogi. Mission Karma Yogi. So itu Mission Karma Yogi itu ki ase gulido. The Mission Karma Yogi was launched by the government of India in 2020 for what? To build a competent and future-ready civil service that works collectively to ensure the effective and efficient public service delivery and equity. So recently, an MOU was signed, okay? Memorandum of Understanding was signed or arrived between the Capacity Building Commission, that is Karma Yogi Bharat, and Government of Nagaland. A workshop on the Mission Karma Yogi was also organized by whom? By the Department of Personal and Administrative Reforms, Government of Nagaland, where at the Capital Convention Hall, Kohima. Okay, it is very important. So while you are studying about the Department of Personal and Administrative Reforms, sabiki which minister, okay, which minister is in charge of the Department of Personnel and Administrative Reforms, Government of Nagaland. And here, Nagaland Chief Secretary ko nasa idea. The present Nagaland Chief Secretary is Sentianga Imchen. So when you're studying about the Nagaland Chief Secretaries, you also have to study who was the first Chief Secretary, okay, second Chief Secretary, okay, and also try to find the present Chief Secretary to kiman ola number ase, okay, third na, fourth na, fifth na, 10 na, 15 ase, ito ekbar pisarlubi. Next we have the Wildlife Week is all over the newspaper now. So Wildlife Week to kita tadi as a revision that the date was 2nd to 8th of October. Nah, what was the theme? The theme was human-animal coexistence. Okay. Next we have Zubin dead, Assam Police DSP arrested CM. These are very political news. However, here we have to study itu Zubin Kwadukun ase. Okay. Zubin Garg, who recently passed away, is related or belongs to which field? Okay, he was a singer and he has made many records. Okay, It is said that he has sung more than 38,000 songs in about 40 different languages. Okay. Next we have the Department of Information Technology and Communication notifies on telecommunication right of the way rules 2024 in Nagaland. So itu tu important ase. Exam TP question aibo pare ki right of way rules 2024 in Nagaland to ki ase. Nole right of way to ki ase in terms of telecommunication null. So here the government of Nagaland has notified that the telecommunication right of way rule 2024 issued by the Ministry of Communication, Department of Telecommunications, Government of India shall be enforced in the state with retrospective effect from January 1, 2025. So Janibi from which date it will take effect or say enforce kulido retrospective effect from the 1st of January 2025. So itu right of way to ki ase. Okay, what is this right of way? What is this right of way? In simple terms, the right of way, it refers to permission. Okay, it refers to the permission granted to telecommunication infrastructure provider. Okay, telecommunication infrastructure provider to install and maintain their infrastructure. ठीक है? The right of the way refers to the permission granted to the telecommunication infrastructure provider to install and maintain their infrastructure. So the rule of 2024 aims to digitize, streamline, and expedite the right of way approval process for the telecommunication infrastructure. Okay. The rules 2024 do main aim do in order to digitize, streamline, and expedite the right of way approval process for the telecom infrastructure. Next key is ETTC East Timabur Town Council maintains strict adherence to revised GST rates. So there has been a revision in the GST rates. Please go through it. I think now the GST tax slab is only 5% and 18%. Okay, no more 12%, no more 28%. And also Sabiki from which date? Okay, from which date I forgot, but it is in September 2025. All right, it is in September 2025. It take part update kurili. Kiman the person rakise kiman the remove kurise. Aro kutu take part effect ko ase tu. Itu parsailiwi. Next article we have the Nagaland Foothill Road NFHRCC. It stands for Nagaland Foothill Road Coordination Committee. So before we should also understand what is this foothill road. Okay, so this foothill road is a road that will start from very important, you can note it down. Exam tipe I will high chance ase digit in mon. Okay, digit in mon to Khelma in parent to Khelma dona Khelma in parent. So it will stretch from digit in mon district to Khelma in parent district. So the stretch of this foothill road will be for 364 kilometers approx. Okay, 364 kilometers approx. Our chance as a git might in exam question might also come like kiman the district choi itu foothill Nagaland foothill road to kiman the district par kuna chai noli choi ina kuchule total ase 7 districts. Okay, 7 districts nambi yat rakhibo lage. The districts are Peren, of course. Next to kiasi de Mon ase. So pachina tagado pasta do ase, which is near to Peren. It is Dimapur, right? Dimapur. Then we will have New Land. Okay, we will have New Land. Then we have Wokha and Mokokchung. Okay, Mokokchung and Longling. Last day Longling. Okay, so itu 7 district itu tuan yat rakhibi. Peren, Mon, Dimapur, New Land, Wokha, Mokokchung aro Longling. Okay, so here upholding integrity, professional standards and ethics in theological colleges. Nagaland kiman theological college ase itu ekbar pisaribi dei, and prepare a note on that. And this NLTP egg is very important. Okay, for your prelims, for your mains, for your essay. We never know, an essay might also come for 50 mark on the NLTP egg 1989. Okay, so itula provisions ki as ituan sabi, provisions sabi. Okay, problems in its implementation or success, or you can also check like is it a success or a failure, right? You can also suggest some way forward, and also ituan ekbar prepare kurna you try to study. So it is NLTP egg under de what are the provisions inside the NLTP egg of 1989. Aro ekbar sabi ki NLTP egg to on from which state onwards, from which date onwards enforce korise. Okay, enforcement. And yes, NLTP egg pass koram de, NLTP egg pass koram de, who was the chief minister itu sabi, aro which NLS session. Okay, which NLS session itu bi ekbar sailwi. Next we have PM Strummer leads biggest UK trade mission ever to India on first visit. So who is PM Strummer? It is the Prime Minister. Okay, UK's Prime Minister. UK la Prime Minister la nam da je Keir Starmer. Okay, so Keir Starmer do belongs to which party? Okay, it will be chanibi. He belongs to which political party? When he arrived in India on Wednesday, he accompanied by what he termed as the biggest trade delegation ever from the country to India. So BM Strummer is on a 2-day visit to India. The two leaders are expected to review progress under the India-UK Comprehensive Strategic Partnership through the Vision of 2035 roadmap, a 10-year plan covering trade and investment, technology, innovation, defense, security, climate, energy, health, education, and people-to-people ties. Okay, so just recently, India and UK have signed a comprehensive economic and trade agreement. Okay, India, UK, comprehensive economic and trade agreement. The Kohima Lota Hoho unites tribal bodies with cultural exchange program. So just recently, the Kohima Lota Hohos, they brought the Kohima-based tribal bodies together through a cultural exchange program under the theme. What was the theme? Integrating cultures for common good. Okay, eta RCEMPA Chotsoma in near Kohima. So the next article is Nagaland Mediation Campaign concludes with 89 settlements. So the Nagaland State Legal Services Authority has amicably settled Kiman disputes, 89 disputes, as part of a Kiman te tagisidu 90 te mediation for the nation campaign. Okay, this is very important for your exam. 89 disputes resolved Croatia as a part of their 90-day mediation for the nation campaign, the Nagaland State Legal Services Authority. So this was a pan-India initiative. It was conceptualized by the National Legal Services Authority. We famously call them as NALSA, and the Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee of the Supreme Court, under the guidance of whom? The Chief Justice of India and the Justice Surya Kant. Supreme Court, he is a Supreme Court judge, okay? Justice Surya Khan is a Supreme Court judge ase tai aro executive chairman of NALSA. So question ATP ahitagi ki who is the present executive chairman of NALSA, and Chief Justice of India to PR Kavai na. Here Nagaland Youth Department invites for Viksit Bharat Youth Leader Dialogue. So the Department of Youth Resource and Sports Government of Nagaland has invited young people from the state to participate in the Viksit Bharat Young Leader Dialogue. So Viksit Bharat Young Leader Dialogue 2025 te participate kuro karne Government of Nagaland, through which department? It is the Department of Youth Resources and Sports. Okay, so this initiative was launched by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. Okay, it is a national platform for young leaders, okay, between the age group of 15 to 29 years, to contribute ideas for building a developed India. Developed India mane Viksit Bharat of 2047. Here why 2047 is a Viksit Bharat la target asugule. It is the year when India will achieve or reach 100 years of India's independence. Okay, India 1947 the independence paise, so 2047 means 100 years of India's independence. So yate itu bi yat rakhibi ki itu campaign or so itu program Viksit Bharat Youth Leader Dialogue to 2025 to kumpra organize kore ase kule do Department of Youth Resource and Sports, Government of Nagaland. What is the age group who can participate? Then it is 15 to 29 years. If any one of you is between these years, you can also participate. Okay, so itibra tangla criteria kan sailevi. The dialogue will be conducted in 3 stages. Okay, the department informed. The first will begin with nationwide online quiz to assess awareness of national goals, followed by an essay writing competition for selected participants, and the finalists, they will then present their ideas at the state level. Okay, with winners representing Nagaland at the national dialogue in New Delhi. So abuni chitisi gule do abuni Nagaland ke represent kuro New Delhi de. So what do we have next here? Next we have One Nagaland Air Squadron NCC marks 93rd Indian Air Force Day. Okay, 93rd Indian Air Force Day. So itu Air Force Day do kite ase. Okay, Indian Air Force Day do kite ase kole do itu 8th of October ase, thik ase, 8th of October. So this year theme ki taise kole do Guardians of Tomorrow, indomitable spirit of the Indian Air Force. They pay tribute to the valor and commitment of the Indian Air Force. Where it was held? In Nagaland, it was held in Eastern Christian College, which is in Dimapur. So Nagaland de kimanta college, okay, private colleges ase itu bi study koribi, aro kimanta government college ase itu bi study koribi. Mimi circle honors first Imkyung ENSF president. So here the word Mimi, okay, Mimi is in Kifiri. Huh? So we have this Mimi village, okay. To Mimi village to Kile as a Mimi caves connect us there. So in Nagaland portion, you'll find this question Mimi caves. To itu kuti ase in a question to sometimes they used to ask like that. So you have to write and find this answer. Aro in this ENSF or say ENPO na kiman the tribes ase. It will be puribi. Aro kitia start oise. Okay, even if it is ENPO or ENSF, okay, Eastern Nagaland Students Federation. When did it started? Ito proprietary. The present ENSF president is No Him Yong Im Kyunger or Im Kyung. Okay. Any the kid, okay, any the kid connector show tago. It is organized by the Musica School of Music and Arts. Okay, an important pin ito for our exam perspective. And this is just a revision from yesterday's class. See, the badminton PWF World Junior Badminton Championship for the Sohan Tinata Cup is being held in India. Okay. So this Sohan Tinanda Cup is related to badminton. Okay. Kudi khilase, khawati di khilase. When it is over, pisarbi ki kunch dise. Okay. Ito quarter final takti hi online ase. Same thing NSF. Where is it being played? It is being played in Indira Gandhi Stadium in Kohima. Which edition? 25th edition. Aro, like I said, you have to find and study in honor or in memory of kun la memory day to NSF Martyrs Trophy to thaki ase. If I'm not mistaken, it is 2 youths, okay? 2 youth martyrs. So nam bisarli. Fort Mokchong town not very important. Inter-school sports not important. We have Sapalinga, okay? Sapalinga, she's a lawn tennis player. So sometimes they will also ask when while you are studying and preparing for other current affairs and sports personalities also, Sabiki from which country they belong. Okay, so Aryanga Sabalenga, she belongs to Belarus. Aro after this tournament is done, kun chidise, okay, very important to note who won, okay, and whom she or he defeated in the final. Okay, defeated in the final. It's very important ase. So there are different cups, okay, that awanan nature pisarli bi. Like French Open, okay, French Open. We have the Wimbledon Open, we have the Miami, we have the US Open, okay. It one sub kun chite aro kun ki haraise last final day. It will be very important ase. Ajikali to kun winner se itu klan noitina ko final day kun ki haraise. It will be important hoise. And I think that's a wrap for today. Yes, that is all for today's Morung Express newspaper analysis. Try to note it down in a sheet of paper or in your notebook and try to incorporate those points in your answers. Okay, and do multiple revision. Okay, have a good hour ahead. Thank you, everyone.